Good morning, Maya Payabak. Here's the plan. We're going to properly introduce you to the crew today, so you can get a better feel for who's who. I know I mention their names a lot on the videos, but today we'll try and make it a little easier for you to identify them. Beyond that, tiling in the gym is about to start, and they're still working on the roof in the master bathroom, and they're still working on the tiling in the living room and dining room. There'll be other little bits and pieces going on all over the place. I've got a coffee meeting with a subscriber in town a little bit later on, and what you might be able to see over my shoulder is a little bit of work that was done at the weekend. We've relocated some trees down to this side, which is the south side of the property. So behind me, the idea in the end is to have quite a lot of fruit trees down here. They're not all fruit trees. One of those is a curry leaf plant, but that's the plan. Beyond that, who knows what else they'll come up with today? What could possibly go wrong? The crew is gathering in preparation for a new work week. You probably know, as it's a Monday, what's coming next. Here we go. Right, let's see who we got today.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tayo pagya. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jokai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jogging. 1,
Right, let's pick on the new guy.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3.
Great energy this morning. And here we have the most important man on the crew, Alan, the contractor, architect, builder, does everything. Right, let's start this morning in the gym and spa. Skim coat. Erwin's working up there. This is the spa bit. So he's skim coating up on the ceiling there. In the gym area, they're measuring out because this might be the next area for floor tiling. We may have a bit of an issue though. I've just asked the engineer to maybe hold off for a few minutes while we check something. In the dining room, our multitasking engineer, Mr. Raphael, bit of cleanup going on, including putting down cardboard on the tiles, just for their protection, or is it a design feature? I guess not. Now, one bit of bad news, we don't have enough of these tiles apparently, so they're going to go and get some more. Hopefully, there is enough stock. In the living room, Don's going to be working in here. We do still have some of these tiles, so they can continue for the moment, but they can't finish both rooms just yet. In Sabrina's bedroom, this is the TV cabinet that I said had to come out. Possible change of plan, depending on a conversation with the builder, because we think, take a dizzy pill again, this space here is where there'll be a wardrobe, but it's just over 8 feet across, and we think we might be able to put effectively a big wardrobe, but in the middle of it, sort of a cutout where a desk would fit. Wouldn't be the biggest desk, but we think it'll go. So rather than scrap the TV cabinet, Sabrina and I came and had a look on Sunday and we measured, and we think that'll work. Just got to run it by the builder to make sure. And this is Ernie working in the bedroom for Jack. Skim coat going on here. And if I back up and swivel a little bit, here we go. Inside his bathroom. Erwin's doing the same thing in here. We're inside the walk-in closet for the master bedroom. Richard and original Rico just been cutting to size the next piece of Hardiflex to go on the ceiling inside the bathroom. So they're going to now maneuver that into place. Let's see exactly where it's going to go. Just watch for a second. Oh, this might take a moment or two, and there'll be some loud drilling. Oh no, here we go, here we go. So, just right above the door. I think they'll knock this out today, the rest of this ceiling. Back in George's room again, I did just check with Manny, and both the top and the sides will be granite. I wasn't sure whether the sides would be tiles, but no, the whole thing will be encased in granite. Hiding behind the bushes, this is something I forgot. Boss Alan is here this morning, as I've mentioned already. He actually comes very regularly, and we get the opportunity to have these conversations. We can still communicate via the engineer or social media if we have to, but it's good that he is accessible and comes down here at a minimum at the moment once a week, and usually at least twice. So, conversations today about finishes, money probably, and I'm not sure what else. It's post-lunch. There's quite a bit post-lunch actually. I'm a bit late back, just because I had an extremely pleasant couple of hours and a bit with Ian, a subscriber currently based out of Singapore, but working in the Middle East, and is about to embark on building a house about an hour away from us, not far at all. The one difference between him and me, well, there are many, but he knows what he's talking about with buildings. He's an architect. So I'm sure I will have many questions for him in the weeks and months to come. We'll start here in the gym, where Mr. Rene has been no slouch. All of these tiles already in this morning. We did have a little bit of an issue, we thought, with tiles selection, which ones were being used here, but we don't. It was just my misunderstanding. So they're off and running. So these ones are a kind of a light brown, as with many of our tiles, a little bit of pattern in them. So we'll see how that looks. I suppose, like with all of them, we have to wait and see what the walls look like in conjunction with this. But a relatively neutral flooring, and given that it's the gym, my guess is we're not going to see a lot of this. Oh, I've got to move. A lot of this anyway, because it'll all be covered up by rubber mats to try and protect the tiles from the enormous weights that the kids will be lifting in here. This is the dining room. I don't know what these guys had for breakfast, but they are pumping out tiles. And in fact, over there, Frederick is putting in the very last one dining room. We're very nearly finished in here. Don Don, assisted ably by Owen, working on the living room floor. My goodness, they've surprised me again. We're nearly covered. There's tricky bits round by the stairs. There's a tricky bit here round by the door. But the vast majority of the floor area is now covered. That must have been one heck of a breakfast. Upstairs, we're back at the master bathroom, and I'm puzzled. Scaffolding all gone, guys all gone. Ceiling at that end, and at this end, not quite finished. I wonder why they've moved on without putting those last couple of panels in. Maybe they've run out of Hardiflex. This is George's bedroom. Owen is in the process of moving his gear in here. So I can only imagine, is he moving in or moving out? I wonder. I think he's moving in, although the surface up there looks like it might be fresh. Maybe he's moving out. I'll have to try and find out. An update is starting in here. It's all go in Jack's bedroom. Ernie's up top, bit more painting. Rico's cleaning down the door frame. And one more dizzy pill. We have at least one person, and I think it's more, outside. Could be a Donald, not sure. Oh, it doesn't matter. Engineer's going to check for me. It's just a good pair of legs, whoever it is. And there might be more outside as well. Hold on a second. Another update. At this end, it's not finished because they have to put in a shower head. At this end, I think, I'm not sure I've understood correctly, I think it's to do with lighting. So, both of those will be left uncovered for a little bit longer. This is what I couldn't quite see from up in Jack's room. Oliver up top, O'Donnell down here, Sing and Rico in the middle, and actually it was Richard's legs that we could see. All of them working on the outside of the house. Something new this week. And at the moment, that's a waterproofing layer going on the walls. Once again, it is the Boyson Plexibond material. It's 4:30. The bell has gone. It's turned into a bit of a faff this afternoon. My editing software keeps blowing up, so I'm running a bit behind on doing everything that I should be doing, which then means that I've forgotten to check jokes. So you're going to have to live with one of mine. My dad has suggested I get a donor card. He's a man after my own heart. Right. Our team member is heading inside to review. We'll see what she thinks. And by the way, is it me, or is there just a little tiny bit of an irony in the fact that having put all the names of all the crew out there this morning, I got it wrong twice, and with the same person? My apologies to Mr. Willie. Right, let's go and see what's been going on. In the gym, we have an L shape of tiles, depending on which angle you look at it from. So continuing to do this area, and that tile does continue all the way down into the spa, eventually. The dining room, barriers have been erected to stop people walking on the freshly laid tiles. We saw this earlier on, they were just laying this last one, so in this room, as always, subject to no grout yet, tiles are done. Here is the living room. This is where we've run up a little bit short of tiles, but they have got most of the floor is done. Apparently we need 11 more to finish this room, and in fact then there's another 30 plus because we're going to be using the same tile in the sunroom. This is Aldrin's room, George's room. This is where Mr. Willie, yes, Mr. Willie, not Mr. Herwin, was doing a bit more skim coating. So still clearly quite a lot to be done, but moving closer to a finish. In Sabrina's room, I don't think any more was done with skim coat in here. I could be wrong, it has been known. This is where our new painter, Ernie, has been working, and now I really don't know what's going on. So I said on, Saturday, I thought that these edges might end up looking quite like this, fairly light, bit of a contrast to the PVC panels, showing a little bit of the wood pattern underneath. However, take about 2 dizzy pills. Over here, it is considerably darker. And in the middle, at the top level, it's in between. So I am guessing that the much darker finish, which is quite close to those PVC panels in colour, but not exactly the same, I'm now guessing that that's close to the final look. Come back tomorrow, and maybe I finally can tell you for sure. So we're back on the north wall of the house. Up there was where earlier on Oliver was doing a little bit more plastering, but fundamentally the guys were waterproofing, and they've covered virtually the entire upper floor and a little bit downstairs as well. They were flying today, everybody was. That breakfast, I want to know what it was. Oh, the things I do for my art. I am crouched down in a most uncomfortable position to see whether framing the house through the waterfall would look good. So now you've all got to comment and say, it's great. How are your knees? Because at the moment, I'm not sure I can stand up again. But that is the end of the day. I am 100% putting it in the BuilDelicious category, or as J.F. Farrell has said, tilicious, because there was so much going on today. So many new things, new rooms with tiles, tiles in rooms that are now finished with tiles. The outside has been done, more painting has been done to give us a little bit of a better idea of what the inside finish on the bedrooms might be. Good discussion with the builder this morning. It highlights once again, if you ever do this yourselves and you have the opportunity to be on site, grab it with both hands. We have so many discussions throughout, even on one day, that if you're not here, it just makes it harder. I know not everybody is fortunate to be able to do that, and we are very fortunate that we can. But if you have the chance, if you are building, try and be there as much as you possibly can. Okay, BuilDelicious. Is tomorrow going to be the same? We'll find out. See you then.